right, this is a board that I did a couple weeks ago, or well, probably not even that long, probably about a week ago, to show you. I've let it dry thoroughly, and now I'm going to pull off the different patches. I would recommend if you decide you want to try this technique, to go ahead and spend some time just experimenting. Just play with it, try the different mediums, try the different colors. You can use color out of the tube if you want. I'm not doing that here, but you can try some different things. And it's good to make a board like this. I've written on it with Sharpie what mediums I've used, and I've written down also what colors I put in and that kind of thing in other places. But it's good to kind of keep some sort of basic record until you just sort of understand what you're doing. Okay, so this is the matte medium. Now this has paint mixed in it. It has phthalo turquoise mixed with matte medium. And then I dropped the other colors into it and moved it around with the clay sculpting tool that looks like this. Or you can use a nail, you can use a toothpick. So let's see what it looks like underneath. Just pull gently around the edges. It's really pretty easy to get up. It's not a problem. And there you go. So you can see how different it is underneath. Now, one of the reasons that it looks like this is because when you mix the paint with the medium as your base, instead of using just medium as the base, the paint is a little bit thicker, denser, and it holds this paint on top of it more. So that's why you get a little less color coming through to the other side. So that's that. Now this is the matte medium, like I showed you, with just the medium laid down. The colors dropped into it, moved around essentially the same way I moved this around, with a toothpick, a nail, sculpting tool. There's the back. So the colors sat on top of the medium there a little more than they usually do. If I had wanted this to be a little more, have the colors come through a little more, then I would have mixed it with a pouring medium or a little water. But I wanted to show you how the matte medium holds the paint. So it just depends on what kind of effect you want. Okay, this is pouring medium. Now you can see how the pouring medium, the colors mix together. They're just completely mixed together. I didn't do a whole lot of mixing with this because they will do it themselves. So I'm going to pull it off, and the colors basically have sunk down through the medium. So that gives you a different technique. This is the gloss medium. The gloss medium, the colors mix too. I didn't really mix them, but you can see the difference between the pouring medium, which is just everywhere, and the gloss medium, where the paint holds a little bit more but still mixes. So let's see what that looks like underneath. You can see the gloss medium is very transparent where there's no color. So if you wanted to just use the gloss medium and a little bit of color, you could really layer them because they're very clear. So that's what it looks like on the back. This is matte medium also. Now this is where I took the sculpting tool like this and drug the colors together. So let's see how that came out. So you can see the colors are just they're just mixed, but I mixed them. So now look at that. Isn't that interesting? That's so pretty. I really like that. And you can see when you're using the golds really sink more than the other colors do. So this is the last one. This is glazing medium. Glazing medium is a little more opaque, like the matte medium is. Almost a frosted look. And you can see the matte medium has that kind of frosted look. Glazing medium, not as much. But it's more of a crackle. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got much more of a crackly glaze. And it will keep, as it dries, getting more and more crackly. And that's what it looks like on the bottom. So here's a board of a few others that I did that I just thought were interesting. These have been done over the past few months. This is matte medium, done with a sculpting tool. And the back is really interesting, really very abstract looking. I just really like that. This one, that's the back. This is a glazing medium. Now you can see how that it's older. It's starting to crackle. You could tear it. It's very brittle. So you have to keep that in mind if you're using a glazing medium. Some people like that, some people don't. It just depends. But you can see the color's done some really interesting things, but I love the back. There again, it's very, very abstract. This is a pouring medium. It's real translucent. The less color you use, the more you're going to have that kind of glassy effect. That's the front and that's the back. They don't really look that different. This is done on a mirror. Now I want to show you how thin it is. It's very, very thin. Like I said, when you use a mirror, and this is pouring medium, when you use a mirror, it does different things than with the plastic. So the colors are just sitting right on top. The back is pretty too, but there's very little color coming through. This is a pouring medium. That's the front. That's the back. I love that one. The golds are really shining through, and things are settling. This was done on a mirror also. You get really, in some ways, much more of a dramatic effect if you'll use a mirror or a piece of glass. This is a gloss medium. This is the front. And the back. So